Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I have 3 Easter projects for you. Let's get crafting. So for the first project I'm actually going to be starting with some thrift finds. So I've got this basket here. I've always loved wicker. And we're going to actually turn this into a wagon. So it doesn't look like much now, but we're going to be adding these nubs, which again I have thrifted, and you can see they're not very clean, so we're going to start off by giving them a clean. So I did try to go ahead and wash them, but nothing came off really, just a bit of dirt, but the main things didn't come off. But anyhow, we're going to be covering them, so I'm not too bothered. I'm going to start with the wheels, and I'm taking some material to cover them. So I've got this one here, and we're going to cut its size and glue it onto the nubs like this. So I'm going to cut off the excess material here. And I'm actually going to place my hot glue here, because if I do it here, the glue will just show through the material because the material is quite thin. And this area here will be quite hidden under the wicker basket. So let's grab that, place it in the middle. We're just going to glue it down, and then you can cut off the excess material that you have. I'm just going to get rid of all of this, and then we're going to stick it down again. Looks a little bit like a ghost right now. So you're going to do that with all 3 nubs, well 4 nubs including the one we've made already. So I'm not going to repeat that just so I don't bore you all. But I'm also going to go a step further, and I'm taking this, which I've also found in the thrift store. I'm going to go over the wheels. Let me just cut this off first, because I don't want this added material. So you can use some rope, jute, anything that you like. I'm going to stick this onto the wheels, creating a circle. So we're just creating like a border, I'd say. So go around your knob, adding hot glue. Then we're going to take this, stick it on. And then once you stick it down to the bottom, this is how it's going to look. You can see that it's really already coming to life now, looking more like a wagon. I'm taking these brass fasteners, and I've taken the longer bits off using my pliers, so that I've just got the round bits. I'm sticking them onto the centre of the wheels. So I'm going to do that for the other 3. I'm bringing back my wicker basket, and I'm taking this, which is now rope, and I'm going to be adding it all on the sides of the wicker basket. So just again giving it a border to match the wheels. I'm sticking that down with my hot glue. And because hot glue dries really quick, I'm just going to stick little bits at a time. I've already measured the rope to the size of the wicker basket, and I've cut that. Once you've got your wicker and your wheels, we're going to stick them down so we can finally get the wagon together. So I stuck 2 wheels, I've got 2 to go. And now you're going to take some chopsticks. These are going to be the handles of our wagon. So we're going to glue them either side. I'm gluing it right onto the rope. And I've glued the pointy chopsticks this way because this looked more like handles. I liked the little bit of detail there. So that's nice and stuck down. We'll do the same, match it on this side. I'm taking some neutral ribbon. This is actually the part from this rope, and I'm going to cover the wood just so, you know, kind of looks a little bit better anyway in my opinion. So I'm going to cut that. Well, I've already cut it, but I'm going to stick it down with my hot glue. And then I'm adding a little material on this end. Need to trim it a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same on the other chopsticks. I'm placing this netting inside, and I'm just covering the wicker. I haven't stuck this down. Then we're going to be taking some rabbits. These are the ones that I'm using, and I'm going to remove the eyes. I'm going to add 3 of those in. Next, you're going to be adding moss and flowers and carrots, and that's how we are going to finish this project. So this is moss that I have collected from my garden and the park. So now I'm taking the carrots, and these carrots actually come with a string, so I'm just going to cut that off because I won't need it. And you're just going to add that in as if it's in the ground. You can add as many carrots as you like. And now I'm taking these flower heads. They are so beautiful for spring as well. And we're going to add some colour, just adding them into the moss again. I'm adding some subtle colour in the ears using some old makeup. So I'm taking a pink eyeshadow here. I'm just taking my finger to do this, ever so lightly. I'm also going to give them noses and eyes, just taking some makeup again to do this, a darker shade here. Now this project did take me a while to make, but it's definitely one of my most favourite things because it's just really unique and creative, and I love bringing my ideas to life from my mind. I most certainly did not think of making this cute little Easter wagon when I picked up the wicker basket from the thrift store, but I'm definitely happy with how it came out. If you're enjoying today's video so far, please show your support, leave me a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. Today's video is also part of a friendly collaboration. I get together with these ladies every month, so you should know the drill by now. The videos are going to be in a playlist which is going to be linked in the description box and my comments, so make sure you head over there and show some love and support to the other ladies once you're done watching my video, and let's carry on with project number 2. For the next project, I'm going to be using this paper mache egg, and you're going to need a lid as well. We're going to glue that on the lid in the centre. Then I'm taking my white acrylic gesso. We're going to give this a coat of paint. This is all nice and dry now, so you're going to be taking your glue and we're going to add moss at the bottom, covering all of the lid there. So it doesn't matter that you can still see the lid, because that will be all covered anyway. And this is just natural moss again. So it does have soil with it, and you can just kind of crumble that off a little bit, but I don't mind it. I like that it looks quite natural. So taking my glue, and I'm going to do this all around, just to ensure that it's all covered. Look at how lovely and natural that actually looks now. And I'm going to just dollop some hot glue in the egg inside. Quite a generous amount there. And again, we're going to cover the base with, you guessed it, more moss. I've taken some flowers off a big branch that I had, so you can just pull them off quite easily, and we're going to stick that on the side of the egg like this, and I'm just using my hot glue again to do that. So I've glued these 3, and then I'm taking a smaller snippet and adding that to the opening of the egg on the side. I've gone ahead and stuck down 3 flowers in different colours, as you can see. They are the flowers that I used earlier, so they're just like flower heads. And now I'm going to finish up the project by taking these tiny little rabbits. They're actually like little pom-poms, and I got them in a set of 6. I'm going to use 2 to place inside. So again, securing them down with my glue. This one's going to be standing up, and the one inside is sitting down. This one's going to be at the entrance. How adorable is this project? I'm honestly grinning from ear to ear. I really find this super sweet. I thought that the wagon was my favourite, but I'm really having a hard time deciding on today's projects. For the third and final project for today, I'm going to be using this as a stand. This was from another project. It was actually a insect house, I think. Yeah, that's what it was. So yeah, I'm going to use that as the platform, and then I'm taking some wooden embellishments. I've got a rabbit, I have an egg, and I have a small butterfly. So these are what I'm going to be using. This I've already coloured off camera with one of these Arteza markers. So I'm going to be taking the pink one here. This is actually magenta. Give it a shake, I haven't used this one yet. And I'm going to use this to colour the butterfly. So my butterfly is nice and dry now. It's actually got an ombre effect. Now I'm going to take my egg embellishment and I'm taking a stamp to decorate this. So I'm going to leave it just as it is. I haven't coloured it in or painted it. And I'm going to use, I think, the middle section of my stamp here. So I'm going to check what colour I want, which I'm still undecided. I think I'm going to go with the blue, so I'll try the light blue first. I'm not sure if it's going to pick up. If not, I've got backup blue here, which is a bit darker. So I'm going to flip my stamp around and I'm going to add the ink to it. Taking my wooden embellishment and my stamp and placing that on there, and then I'm just going to press it. Let's remove that and hopefully it's come through. So that's how it is. I'm not too disappointed. It's not as sharp as I wanted, but I think it will still do. So I'm going to take my hot glue and we're going to start gluing these in place. I'm going to have the egg at the back here. I'm going to keep this as is because I really do love wood. And I'm going to just decorate it a little instead of painting it. I'm taking this ribbon, which is actually a washi tape, so I'm not going to need to stick it on. It's all sticky. I'm going to just remove the backing. Peels away like that, and then just centering it, going all the way around, and then finishing off with this pre-made bow. It's got a lovely pearl in the middle as well. I'm just going to add a little to the egg, taking the gold ink, and I'm going over the edges so it can kind of highlight a little bit. Small touch, but really adds a lot. So I'm going to secure that down now, taking the hot glue, and we're going to stick that on the back. On the butterfly, I'm going to take this script stencil, and I'm taking this tool here with something called modelling paste. If you're new to this, you just take a small amount and you use this to go over the stencil. So let's place that on there. Make sure the butterfly is covered with this 3D paste. Once you remove the stencil, you're going to have a nice script, and it's really 3D, which I love. So let's take our rabbit and glue him down just on the bottom. Now you're going to take a thin piece of wire and I'm going to just twirl it a little bit, so you can place your finger in and twirl it. Let's see how much we want. I think I'm going to have it around about there. So you're going to take your pliers and you can cut off the rest of your wire. Take your wire and add some glue to it, and then you're going to take your butterfly and stick it on. We're going to add a touch of hot glue on the bottom, and then attach it to the base. And this is our final project for today. You know, I never really stick to one style like farmhouse only. I tend to make projects that mix everything together, and that typically tends to be a bit of shabby chic, a bit of rustic, a bit of vintage, mixed in with some whimsy. So if you love what you see and you love creative ideas, things that are pretty unique, then definitely subscribe to my channel. I appreciate your support. So that's all of today's projects. I really hope that you have enjoyed watching. As always, let me know your favourite and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye for now.